Hello, I'm Maggie.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And this will be the top 10 expectations versus reality in New York City. Number 10 is taxis. We have a lot of taxis. Yet, ironically, you will never get one when you need one.
True.
They will hit you at least once in your whole time of being here.
They don't stop.
No. They will overcharge you if you're not from here and coming from the airport, let's say. They will make you pay extra money and they will go the long way. And you're gonna have to pay that fee.
Because you wouldn't know any better.
Nope. Taxi cabs will make you later than you are expected to be by taking the train. New York City traffic is probably one of the worst in the United States.
So bad.
It's terrible. You will not move for
5 minutes, 10 locked. I'm kidding, like 20 hours.
Number 9.
Okay. Number 9 is the Empire State Building. What is the Empire State Building? Like,
the historical value, sure, but
tickets like to go up there are so overpriced. Like, why are you gonna waste like $30 to see an office building? It's probably like $30 to see an office building. Like, come on.
The only thing that us two at least, know about the Empire State Building is that there's like a restaurant all the way at the top, apparently, or some kind of seating deck or something, and that's because of Gossip Girl, not because we've actually been there. Gossip Girl. Yeah. Number 8.
New York City in the summertime. I don't even know where to start with that. We're trying to get where you need to be, yet there are about 30 other people around you in this small compacted car, and they smell bad because they don't know what deodorant is, and they sweat because it's so hot and you have no other option. If you bike there to your destination, you're still gonna sweat as much as you're gonna sweat in the subway car. So
like, they're air conditioned, but it doesn't do anything. It's just like blowing wind at you.
The moisture from everyone is like swinging
So you're
around.
basically getting sweat on you.
The beaches are absolutely disgusting. They're dirty, they're overcrowded, the shells are like piercing. You know what, they're not even shells, it's like glass bottles.
Number 7.
Seeing famous people. It's a possibility that you'll see famous people, but it's only if you make it your life's goal to see them. Like, if you're following them on like Instagram or like Snapchat, like
Twitter,
like, and they say where they are, you can meet up with them. But like, other than that, like, you won't see them on the street.
meet up with them, more like stalk them.
Stalk them.
Taylor Swift was on the street and I didn't know that until like 10 minutes later. I saw Kim Kardashian and Kanye West leave the hotel. But like, that's it. It was just like, whatever. Number 6.
The public school system in this city is, there's a word for it, but you know, open to interpretation. If you're not attending one of the top 10 schools, like the specialized high schools such as Stuyvesant or
Brooklyn Tech.
Technical High School or Bronx Science.
What else is there? There's one in Staten Island, but
Yeah, basically they make you decide for your life in middle school when you're like 12, and then you make the wrong decision, obviously, because you don't know what to do. And given that you're not going to a specialized high school, it's going to be hard for you to get into, well, not hard, but you're going to have to work your way to be the big fish in the small bowl.
like, you need to make yourself known in that school, and like, it's hard.
It's not the easiest thing to do, but you know what? It all revolves around the willingness of the student. But like, at the teenage age,
You don't care because you're like, oh,
you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
basically. And then it's hard for you to get into a better university. But you know what?
all because of a decision you made when you were like 11, 12. Like, come on.
Sucks to suck. But I think that's rather nationwide.
Number 5.
Taking the subway. People are so rude. Like, they don't care that you need to get somewhere too. They're like,
Oh, like, I'm important and I need to get somewhere, so I'm gonna push you into like this really tiny space and make you stand in like a really uncomfortable position, trying to like hold on to the pole, which is like
people will actually confront you about that and be like, it's called excuse me. It's so easy to get into a fight in the New York City subway train. There's always something going on the New York City train tracks. There will always be delays. There will not be one day where everything is running smooth and perfect. Not one day. Nope. It's not happening. I'm sorry. If you want to argue against that, please do so. I want to hear it.
Number 4.
New York City during the winter time. A couple of inches will shut down the city for a couple of hours. It will be impossible to get home for a couple of hours because the trains are just not tolerant towards the weather.
Number 3.
New Year's Eve. So in Times Square, if you're trying to like see the ball drop, if you want to see people performing, it's super crowded and like you'll have to wait, like be there like a day in advance, like just to like get a spot, and like it's 2 seconds and the ball drops and then you go home. You can't go home because the trains are going to be super crowded. If you try to take a taxi, like you'll never get a taxi. Like you'll be walking around for an hour trying to get to the train station and you're just, no, don't, love yourself. Stay at home and watch it on TV. You get to see everything else too.
Number 2.
Times Square. So we
Ugh.
previously mentioned the New Year's Eve ball drop or whatever, which takes place in the same place. So Times Square, at any given day, all day, is just packed beyond belief. There are tourists left and right. There's people everywhere. It's hard to shop at Times Square. People are crowding over every single store in Times Square. Like, you're better off going to Queens.
The people will just stop in the middle of the street, like they'll be walking and you'll be walking behind them and then they just stop.
Number 1.
City full of dreams. You really need to know people in the industry to put yourself out there. And
those people aren't necessarily approachable either. Even to be a model, it's really hard because, you know, not only are the standards set so high all the way up in space, there's also the whole thing where, you know, you need to be recommended by other people, and, you know, it's all connections. And if you don't have connections, you don't have anything.
if you don't have money, like, it's so hard.
Yep, unfortunately.
Even though it has its downsides, like, it's pretty fun to live here.
There's always something to do. It's just that there are downsides of New York City, and
Most things to do here are expensive.
rent is expensive. There you have it. The top 10 expectations versus reality in New York City.
Yay.
Thanks for watching.
Bye!